everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a matchup of two QBs who have seen each other plenty of times in the NFC South. It's Cam Newton versus Drew Brees. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden here in the booth. And, Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches from the quarterbacks out, whatever. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt. I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from the Superdome. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here come the playoff-bound New Orleans Saints, led by Drew Brees. Double-digit wins this year for them. And, you know, this season has kind of answered the question, what could Drew Brees do with a really good running game? Well, he has a really good running game.
Well, go back to 2009 when they were 6th in the league in rushing. Won a Super Bowl. So here we are again, and they thought they were going to have a three-headed monster because Adrian Peterson was there when this whole season began. Then you add in Alvin Kamara, the rookie runner, and Mark Ingram, who's been a constant, steady player for him. They get rid of Peterson around week 6, and those two just absolutely took off. Ingram's over 1,000 yards as a rusher. Both of them are going to be over 1,200 yards combined from the line of scrimmage. You're exactly right. Give Drew Brees a running game, and New Orleans, heading down the stretch, has a very good chance of winning the NFC South.
13 yards on the game's opening play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Here's Brees. He dumps it down to Ingram. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Fresh set of downs here. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Brandon Coleman was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
Quarterback Drew Brees and head coach Sean Payton understand the passing game as well as anyone in the NFL, which led to a rating last year of #1 in passing and #1 in total overall offense. But the thing that they really do well is get the ball downfield. They understand holes in defenses, find receivers that way. But what they need to add, the running game, back to their mix. When they went to the Super Bowl and won it, they were #6 in the NFL. Last season, #16.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the gun, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the offensive unit for the Carolina Panthers trotting out there. Cam Newton, there's the quarterback of the Panthers. And yeah, Super Bowl 2 years ago, then the disappointing 6-10 season. But boom, this year back with double-digit wins, back in the playoffs.
And many people wondered what would happen around midseason when they traded his big target, Kelvin Benjamin, to the Buffalo Bills. Plus, he's an excellent friend of Cam's, so people wonder, how would he handle that? Well, he got Greg Olsen back at tight end.
That's
went
helpful.
back to his #1 target. They ran the ball more effectively, as did Cam himself. And now he's back looking like the Cam Newton we know. And the Carolina Panthers prowling towards the playoffs.
Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second down, 8. The play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
When you're drafted 12th overall, people expect big things out of you, and Sheldon Rankins can provide that. Big, strong, physical player, has excellent quickness, and is really good with his hands, keeping blockers off of him and allowing him to get upfield and into opposing backfields.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. Spinning past him. And now past another. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's got his man. It's Brandon Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
On second down, Ingram. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Bree's going to try and throw on third down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down at the 24-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Breeze to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Kamara. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
On second down, here's Breeze. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill taking it in. And the Saints add on to their lead. Coming into the year, Breeze, 465 touchdown passes. Add another one to the total.
You know, it's funny. I just talked with his college head coach, and he told me that when Drew was a sophomore at Purdue, they weren't sure he was truly the starter, even though he started the opening game. And he made a play early in that one where the coach got on the headset and told the rest of the staff, well, fellas, we found our quarterback. Now we got to make sure we find the rest of our team.
Breeze hasn't looked back since. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. A shotgun snap for Newton. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Well, third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, look at the juke. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. 10 yards still left on second down. Now Breeze. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram from 17 yards out. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now Stewart on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. At the end of one, already 17-0 our score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll try the air now with Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the red zone now, Newton. His throw incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He only has a single solo carry, 1. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only 1 carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Breeze to Ingram on the draw. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to sling this deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn, 48 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
That time a 6-play drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. Heading back on the field is Jonathan Stewart. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
On second down, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by him and setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Newton. It's caught. Shepard. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. Room here to run. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. They go back to Stewart on first. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Here's Newton now on second down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. McCaffrey following the penalty. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
On second down, they run with Stewart. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Newton. It's hauled in by Shepard. But he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Newton gives off to Stewart, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. To throw on second down is Newton. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gano's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the field goal, but partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't, but really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On first down, Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 58 yards. And the former first pick of the second round of the 2001 draft doing his thing.
And the beauty of watching him play is progressions. Yeah, he can throw it deep, but how about his ability to hit secondary targets, underneath targets, and hits them with accuracy?
Breeze gives it up to Ingram, and he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
Breeze to throw on second down. Thomas has got it, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. From the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Coleman, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. From the gun, Newton. He hits Stewart in the flat. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Well, we got a second here, and thinking back to Week 15, a cool moment in that Panthers-Green Bay game. Did you see the video of Cam Newton and Clay Matthews?
I did, and you know when you watch it, and you know what everybody told me when they're watching it live, you could see something happening because the commentators were talking at that time. Then they took the commentators' voices out, and you caught everything. So let me see if I have it right. Cam Newton, quarterback for the Panthers, had some by-play with linebacker.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff to Ingram, and he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Saints are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Panthers didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Moving to late in the first quarter, Breeze would squeeze the pass in here, and it ends up working for a touchdown. Now 1st and 10, it's Drew Brees finding Michael Thomas, and he ends up at the 39-yard line before he's stopped on the play. Saints have it later on the drive. Ingram's going to look for space, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Panthers take it at the 1. Saints push the lead to 17. Newton's going to find his mark, and he capped off the long drive with the TD, as that cuts the lead down to 10-7. 1st and 10. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and this caps off a 3-minute drive with a touchdown. Saints take over late in the second. The lead now at 17. The deep ball is on target here. Still late in the first half. Pass into the end zone here, and it ends up working for a touchdown. Saints up now by 21. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They start the third quarter on the ground with Stewart. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at him, keep handing him the football.
Now Cam, option left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now Cam, option left. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The Panthers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Cam's going to run the option right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
The Saints on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Breeze. He finds Coleman. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
And well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Saints on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
1st down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. They'll run here with Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to run with Ingram. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Charles Johnson's stock in trade is coming off the edge and getting to the quarterback. But he knows how to make some of those subtle moves inside to help in the run game, and he did it right there.
He's an athlete back in high school, played football, basketball, track, so he's a mobile guy.
Mobile guy, made a nice play against the run.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. John Phillips from a yard out. And the Saints add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, speaking of incomplete passes, we had a very controversial incomplete pass in Week 15 in that Steelers-Patriots game, did we not?
In the city of Pittsburgh, it wasn't incomplete.
Right, yeah. For them, it's time. They won.
If
They
you're
won,
a Steelers fan, that was not an incomplete pass. That was a touchdown. But by letter of the law, having to catch a football as a receiver is going to the ground, he has to survive the ground, holding on to the football firmly. But letter of the law wasn't a catch.
Right.
The problem is you put 100 people in a room, that looks like a catch.
Right, so then the question going forward is, does that rule need to be changed?
Well, the competition committee tried to define it clearly 2 years ago. I think they'll be back here this spring, once again, trying to clearly define what is a catch, because right now, a lot of people are confused.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now a first down following that long gain. Another run for Stewart. He's been busy. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
This is Stewart again. And some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. The handoff comes to Stewart. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A gain of 3, second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Stewart, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And Gano's kick is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Breeze now on first down. Well, this is caught by Ginn. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down, Ingram trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
To throw is Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Breeze hands to Ingram, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Ingram again. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Saints on third down, as close to automatic as you can get. 9 out of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Watch left. Stop right there. What is that?
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Third and long. It's Newton. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. And a great spot to start this drive from here. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd down following the run. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs.
Ready. 5-8.
Bree's going to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And an alley to run. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, Newton. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
Operating from the gun, Newton, and that's incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Here's Ingram. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. This is Ingram. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And that is incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. On 1st down, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now Newton on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Throwing again. Newton toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Throwing on third down, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Ingram. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. We've got a 3rd and 11. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now it's Ingram. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 2nd down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And he'll give it here to his running back. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Breeze to Ingram on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. A give. This is Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we